Hey guys, I'm Jen Burson. I'm the founder of Generation PR and the creator of Generation Academy. I am here to support PR professionals in growing their businesses, mastering the art of pitching the media, and launching, growing, and scaling a profitable PR agency. This is a topic that obviously everybody is super interested in, how to raise your rates and finally get paid what you're worth. The reality, guys, is that, inflation's rising significantly. Economists and anybody with half a brain is saying we're heading into a recession. So our dollars are not going as far as they used to. We're all still impacted by this kind of looming recession. And this is a crazy stat, and it's backed by our source for the stat is Trading Economics, that says if you're not making at least 8.5% more this year than you did last year, you're not even beating the rate of inflation, and you're effectively making less money than you did before. Let that sink in. It's kind of a tough pill to swallow. You have to make closer to 10% more this year than you did last year to actually be more profitable and actually make more money when you factor inflation. That's crazy. We're going to combat this as entrepreneurs by talking about raising our rates. And we have the power to adjust our rates when we see fit because we're the pros, we're the experts, you're an agency owner, and you want to take advantage of being in the driver's seat of your business, your career, so that you get paid what you're worth, recession or not. So we're going to go over what you need to consider to start raising your rates immediately, like ASAP, and some of my top tips on how to do it. So, kind of brief justification, my 3 reasons that you need to and should and you're justified to raise your rates. The first one is that the more experience you have and the more niche down experience at that, the more you should charge and the more that you are qualified to charge. So we know that industry vets make more for a reason, right? They have the experience to know exactly what to do when, and that's really important to clients. We have this advantage because we know PR, we know the rules of the game, we're on top of everything. The fact that you're here and you're committing to your professional growth, your business growth, you are checked into what's happening in this industry, and that's really valuable to clients. Your clients are paying for your tried and true strategies, your tactics, and your long-standing media relationships. And that applies specifically to connections in your niche. That is why we love niching down, because we know that you can create meaningful relationships and deep subject matter expertise by honing in on an area where you're going to know all the key players, you're going to make connections with the gatekeepers to the media in your niche, you're going to understand what's happening, the trends, the publications that move the needle for your clients. All of that research, all of that know-how, that insight, the relationships, the strategies and tactics, all of that is extremely valuable to your clients. You're doing yourself a disservice if you're not charging all that your experience is truly worth. A lot of us charge based on what sounds reasonable. Like you're talking to a client and you're like, not every client gets to work with you if they can't afford your rate. There are exceptions. Sometimes, you can charge a lot higher if you sense a high pain in the ass factor with a client and you want to make enough money to cover the extra kind of hand-holding that a client's going to need. Or if there's a client where you're like, I really want to work with this client. I think we could do a great job. Let me come in at an introductory rate for a limited time and let's grow together. You can do that as a business owner. But for the majority of your clients, when you're pitching your services, you should not discount your rates. Unless they have a budget and you look at your services and you're able to trim things, don't just cut your rate because you're like, okay, you can afford it. Like, here's my new rate. That's not a position of power, and that seems arbitrary, and clients pick up on that. So, think about what your value is with your contacts, your connections. So if you discount your services or you're not raising your rates at a minimum 10% to beat the rate of inflation, you're essentially losing money. You can start charging more just a few years into your agency owner journey. You can also add services with existing clients. Like, we will have a check-in and we'll talk to them about their goals and their launches and their objectives for the coming year, kind of when their contract's ready to roll. And we'll propose some additional services with new rates connected to them. And most of the time, the clients will take that sort of upgrade. And a lot of times it's not a lot of additional work because you're already onboarded. You already know this client well. You already know their business as it relates to their competitors. So the additional services, it's not a lot of ramp up and not a ton of additional time, but they're valuable, so you can charge more for it. So as an agency owner, as a PR pro, you're gaining more and more experience every day. So don't discount yourself or downplay your value just because maybe you're still a bit new on the scene. What I hear a lot of people say is that they are just starting their own agency, so they're new and they can't charge a lot. But they come from a background where they've been performing PR, providing PR services, either at an agency or freelance or in-house somewhere, and they have a deep expertise in their niche because they've been doing it for so long, and they call themselves new. And I'm thinking, you have all of this experience. That doesn't just disappear because you started your own agency. Now they have direct access to your expertise, your insight. You can charge great retainers that are still less than they would pay to have access to you at the same level when you work for someone else. So you get to call the shots now, and it doesn't mean you're new. It means maybe your agency is new, but your expertise is still there, right? So don't call yourself new or feel that you have to discount if you just started your own business. Okay, so to add on to my first point about why you need to raise your rates, the more experience you have, the more you should charge. Number two, you deserve it, okay? I'm sorry, but we work our butts off. And I know a lot of PR pros that don't charge enough for their services simply because they're too afraid to ask for what they deserve. And maybe that is saying, well, I'm not a big agency, so I can't charge a premium retainer. Well, if you're a subject matter expert and you're getting great results, that has significant value for your clients. Why shouldn't you get paid for that value? Even if you are a one-person show, you can set up your business and run it like an agency. And then if you need help, you're not a freelancer. You are bringing in experts when you need them. You can find freelancers to support you. Okay, you're generating results. We sometimes are afraid to ask for what we deserve because it feels like a stretch and it feels a little greedy. But if you're generating results and you're building a powerful relationship with the gatekeepers that matter to your clients, if you're scoring win after win, why wouldn't you deserve to earn what you're worth? Why not? And there are other ways that you're supporting clients and informing them and giving them the strategic approach to how PR integrates in other facets of their business. So you're not just like operating in a bubble and not seeing how earned media fits to enhance your clients' other promotional initiatives. So think about that. There's so much more value that you're providing, and you started your entrepreneurial journey. I'm sorry, if you're working for yourself, you are an entrepreneur because you wanted to break out of that traditional 9-to-5, all of its limitations. So why would you put limits on yourself and your earning potential? right? We don't want to do that. We want to leverage our time. You want economies of scale in your business. So that's why it's really helpful to have a deep expertise in your niche. And that way you're making relationships that are going to benefit all of your clients or a lot of your clients. So don't sell yourself short. Literally and figuratively, don't sell yourself short. And you shift your mindset around what you think you deserve and remind yourself that you're worth more than that. Your services, your value, your expertise, your insight, your skills, your results, your strategies. It's worth more than, just because you're like a one-woman show. If you get results, that's all that matters. So when you're earning more, you'll be able to free up more energy towards working on your business. So you shift from that doer and that sort of like worker bee in the business, and you'll start to, when you earn more, you can build a team, you can leverage their time, you can focus on revenue generating activities, building your business, strengthening your new business pipeline, servicing clients from a high level strategic place versus the day-to-day execution. So now you're elevating your role to that CEO visionary role in your company and guiding the direction of the business. That's what happens when you start making more money. You get out of the day-to-day, out of the muck and the mire. Maybe you focus on your zone of genius and the things that you love and that you're great at, and you have enough revenue coming in to bring a team in to support you. Leverage their time changes your life. Let me tell you, like truly life-changing. So that's 2. You deserve it. You're the entrepreneur. You're in the driver's seat. Don't sell yourself short. 3 is, I always talk about expert in your niche. When you are an expert in your specific area that you love, that you want to keep growing your business in because you really enjoy working in that space, when you make those relationships and you know exactly what's going on in the media and with your industry, you can charge a premium for your services. So step into your expertise and update your rates to reflect your knowledge and your worth. And niching down is, in my opinion, and when I did it, we were able to like 3x our revenue, just by really focusing in on where we had the best results and the best relationships. So niching down, it's a powerful part of earning what you're worth. One of the most effective ways to grow your revenue is niching down. It means serving less kinds of clients. But if you're a generalist, then nobody sees you as the must-have go-to agency. They're just like, oh yeah, they do PR. What have they done? Oh, tech and vitamins, and they've done, cosmetics and a transportation company and, SaaS company, software, B2B. I mean, what? Like, your expertise is everywhere. Niche down. And when you have, your level of expertise, other PR pros in your niche and other niches that are really deep experts, they're charging a premium. We charge a premium because we have a proven track record in baby and kids and beauty and cosmetics, so that's our expertise, and I'm going to charge a premium for it because we're really good and we're known and we get results, all of that. So no matter where you are in your journey, you have valuable experience you're bringing to the table, whether that's in PR or another industry. A lot of times people will shift from another type of role in maybe social media or marketing or advertising or, creative copy development or whatever, copywriting. That's great expertise, and you're bringing that to the table. I think that's really valuable to have that insight from your other role, or, as a media gatekeeper yourself, what moves the needle. You can leverage that and tell your clients, look, I, have written for this publication for X number of years, and I'm, able to kind of really take that expertise and know how to get the attention of editors because I was on the other side. So valuable. So zoom out and get a holistic view of your skills, your talents, what you bring to the table. Consider everything that you do and what you're good at, and what your interests are, when you determine your new rate, that all should be a factor. Okay, so now we've covered the 3 reasons why. We're all like, yes, let's raise our rates. Okay, so how do you do it? Step 1, being confident. Confidence is the key to charging what you're worth. And many PR pros doubt themselves when they're considering raising their rates. This usually isn't because you don't know your value, but because you're scared that your clients won't think the new rates are worth it. But don't second guess yourself. And remember, if you have confidence in the value you're providing, your clients will too. And remember that your clients are paying you for value, the value of your services. You need to own that and communicate it confidently. So step 1, we're confident. 2, you're going to plan ahead. If you have a handle on industry rates, you can know where you stand among the competition, and it can give you that extra validation that you need to raise your rates. You can be, I don't want to be the bargain option. I want to be like the mid-level premium option. I want to be the option that's like, oh, they're awesome. They're really good. They have this expertise. We're going to pay a little more than like a boutique agency or someone just starting out. Obviously more than a freelancer, but not as much as like a big New York agency, international offices, or like, just a bigger agency with lots of layers of people. You're like an efficient, well-oiled machine. So when you know what your industry peers are charging and making and kind of where you want to stack up and where your results stack up, that gives you the validation that you need to raise your rate. So research the market, see what your competitors are charging, be sure to account for unique value adds based on you and your team's skills and experience. So take your time determining your new rate and don't really rush into it, because you need to be able to communicate that value of the changes confidently and effectively. So 3 is keep the rate increase limited to new clients, and then roll it out to current clients. So before you raise your rate with existing clients, start applying your new rate to new clients. It's the easiest place to start, because they don't know that you charge less or you have clients on your roster that are paying less. And if these higher rates are landing new business, then it's the right amount for your agency to be charging, and you'll be more confident when it's time to talk to your current clients. And I do not include my rates on my website because it is a discussion. Not everybody is the same rate. It's just not. There's so many factors. One of those things that I really believe strongly in is do not put your rates on your website. Do not. Because you'll get a call from someone and you'll be like, okay, no, you don't get that rate. And then you have to be like, well, that's for this and you're don't put them on there. Let them, lead with a discussion and all of that. But you want to make sure you update your proposals, your templates, all of that, your invoices with your new retainer fees. And you know what else I think is extremely valuable? And you may think this is stupid or super woo-woo. Write it on a Post-it note. However you have to say it to yourself or you believe it. Like, I don't get out of bed for less than $7,500 a month. Or I charge $5,000 a month minimum for my services because I add value, because I create results that are valuable. Write it on a Post-it note, stick it on your bathroom mirror. And when you wake up in the morning, look at yourself in the mirror and say it. Say it out loud. You should also practice the number so it comes out of your mouth confidently and you don't trip up on like, 75, and you're like, that didn't sound super confident. So start practicing and saying the number in your, out loud and yeah, it's what it is. Like, it's great. We're worth it. And I'm worth it. You're worth it, right? Your results are worth it. And you're going to feel really confident saying it because you're looking at that paper every single day and you know that you're charging what you're worth. You're going to practice saying the number so it just like flows out like, it's no problem. So start saying it. Once you start confidently behaving and thinking like an entrepreneur who charges that much for your services based on your value, you start checking into that mindset, making decisions, from that mindset, it will transform your business. It will transform, and then your life. It'll transform your business. You know, start being and doing the things that you want to have. And then you'll, you know, kind of start to create that momentum and lay the path for what it is you're going into in your business. So that's what I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.